Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai Ba'Shem, Makar Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, preaching His word truthfully and sincerely. Shalom to the Akim, scattered through the four corners of the globe, preaching the word truthfully and sincerely. And shalom to the Akim that be like unto the speckled bird, preaching the word truthfully and sincerely. And I say shalom to you Akim out there. And this is a news article from Azerbaijan .am. First time hearing this news article from a different country. And this was, I believe, recently, even though this is a photo from Azerbaijan, the Turkish troops hold a drill military exercise in August 9th of 2020. Even though that was 2 years ago, now they doing another drill for this year, 2 years after this one. Photo took place right here. And this is a news article for In the News of December 6, 2022. And the highlight of this news article, and it reads, for today in the news, it says Azerbaijan, Turkey holds war games near the Iranian border. It says Turkish and Azerbaijan troops has begun joint exercise along the Azerbaijan border with Iran just weeks after Tehran held war games to warn against attempts to change the Islamic Republic's common border with Armenia. The Azerbaijan Defense Ministry announced the state of the exercise on Monday. It says nothing about the number of military personnel and hardware participating in them. In a sign of the drills, significance of the Baku and the Ankara, Turkish Defense Minister Hulusi Akar and top general arrived in Azerbaijan to personnel watch joint military operations simulated by the two militaries. The Turkish F-16 fighter jets were, and this comes after I believe about close to like a month or two ago, when Azerbaijan and Armenia had that little conflict. I believe it lasted about a week or so till they came to another ceasefire agreement. And the Iran was kind of worried about the border patrol area between Azerbaijan and Armenia. They was kind of worried about that. So I had to add a note to that as well too. Salakia. Even though you're gonna have several times the conflict between Azerbaijan and Armenia, or the border clash conflict, is gonna increase once again. Even though tensions in the previous times have been increasing, and there been a lot of casualties and soldiers injured and stuff like that, the border crossing conflict between the two nations. But you're gonna expect to see more clashes of these two nations, even though it's kind of quiet right now at the moment between the two. But expect to see, once again, border conflict and clashes between the two nations. Even though it's kind of quiet, once again, they currently under a ceasefire. So I just want to add a note to that. It says in a signs of the drill significant of Baku and Ankara, Turkish Defense Minister Hulusi Akar, a top general, arrived in Azerbaijan, personally watched joint military operations simulated by the two militaries. The Turkish F-16 fighter jets were reportedly involved in them. It says one of us is an enemy of both Azerbaijan and Turkey. No, I think he
Bagged it up.
no, he took it with him.
He took his shit with him.
Or he probably put it back in the closet with him.
I don't know what he did with it.
Yeah.
That shit under that dead shit. He got it bagged up.
Right.
Yeah. You only got some weed. Get this shit off. This shit. God damn. I know man only got that's about $200.
Right.
He got to do what he got to do.
Yeah. Slovakia for that. Yeah, it says an enemy is one of us, and it's an enemy of both Azerbaijan and Turkey. Or I guess they send that message toward any other nation or military, mostly towards Armenia. It says, right, I'm gonna read it again. It says, watching the joint military operation simulated by the two militaries, the Turkish F-16 fighter jets were reportedly involved in them. An enemy of one of us is an enemy of both Azerbaijan and Turkey. Akar said on Tuesday, let nobody doubt that. It says in mid-October, Iran's elite military forces, the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, the IRGC, held a large-scale exercise near a stretch of the Araks River separating the northwestern Iran from Armenia, as well as the Azerbaijan Nakhchivan, if I pronounced that right, enclave and district South Nagorno-Karabakh, recaptured by the Azerbaijan army during a 2020 war, which was 2 years ago. It says the Iranian army afterwards held separated drills near that area. And it says Iranian Foreign Minister Hassan Amir Abdullahian confirmed later in October that drills are meant to demonstrate that Iran is serious about preserving its border and transport links with Armenia. Azerbaijan leaders have repeatedly demanded that Yerevan open a special land corridor connecting the Nakhchivan to the rest of Azerbaijan through the Sunni, the sole Armenian province border Iran. The Armenian government rejects the Armenian government rejects these demands backed by Ankara. Tehran has likewise backed full Armenian control of all transport links pass through the great strategic region. It says Azerbaijan President Ilham Aliyev denounced the Iranian exercise late last month, saying that they were held in support of Armenia. He also said that tensions between Baku and Tehran have never run so high in the past. And it says a commentary for the official Iran news agencies, the IRNA, hits back at Aliyev over the weekend. Didn't the Republic of Azerbaijan, along with Turkey and Pakistan, hold an exercise in Nakhchivan against the territory integrity of the Republic of Armenia, he wrote. This exercise was before the 2021 exercise of the conquest of Kabul held by the Iranian armed forces. Iran's exercise was held to support the territorial integrity of the countries in the region, while Azerbaijan exercise violated Armenia's territorial entry. He said, accused Baku of seeking to annex a part of Armenia. So yeah, this is a border conflict central situation because you have Iranian have parts of the border as well too, while they support from another nation as well too. So you got a kind of somewhat a situation on this hand right here from Azerbaijan, Turkey, and then the Iranian border with Armenia, Azerbaijan, and then you got Turkey and Iran, over this border conflict situation. So yeah, this is kind of that's kind of complicated situation there. This is the book of Matthew 24:6. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. Luke 21:9. Kind of similar precept. Luke 21:9. But when ye shall hear of wars and commotions, be not terrified, for these things must come to pass, but the end is not by and by. And I'm going to go to Matthew 24:7. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. And there shall be famines, pestilence, and earthquakes in diverse places. Right, because you're going to see these, going to have cross-border conflicts, because there's different types of wars, verbal wars between the nations and different kingdoms. You got nations that's allies with one another. You got nations that's allies with one another. Verbal clashes between the allies against other nations. That's nations against nations and kingdom against kingdoms. You're going to have a cross-border conflict, a oil war type conflict, economic type conflict. So you're going to have many different conflicts. It's going to be verbal. Sometimes it might get physical. Sometimes it might get economically type wars, oil type wars. So there's many different types of wars and tensions between the nations and different kingdoms as well too. It's not going to be sometimes like straight to the point of nations just automatically having hostility and verbal conflict clashes between one another. It's going to be in many different types of aspects of it. As you were seeing, they had like the of this war games that's taking place between Turkey and Azerbaijan as they begin the war games near the Iranian border. And then you have Iran, the Islamic Republic, have concerns of the border crossing, and they want to have, they want to have territory in that border region. So it's still going to be different types of hostility, tensions between the nations and allies against the other nations as well too. Like I mentioned before, a border, a verbal conflict between the nations, different kingdoms, between cross borders. They're fighting over and claiming over borders. You're gonna have conflicts with that as well too. So that shows the different signs of nation against nations and kingdom against kingdoms. In many different aspects of it. Clash border conflicts, border rights, border rights of clashes and conflicts and stuff like that. If it comes to economics, class border conflicts, different rights, you know. So these things gonna increase more and more and more. So with that, I hope this lesson was edifying through the spirit, power, grace, and mercy of Yahweh Yahushua. And first and foremost, I'd like to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Wakar Kadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, pushing this word truthfully and sincerely. And shalom to the Akim, scattered through the four corners of the globe, preaching the word truthfully and sincerely. And shalom to the Akim, that be like unto the speckled bird, preaching the word truthfully and sincerely. And until next time, I will say shalom and a ball.